Ah, goddamn cold shit. I think I broke up my leg, bro.
Yeah, anyways, you good, right?
Help. Said help, you
Yeah,
fucking
glad to
prick.
hear that. Anyways, you borrow my cars. Here's my keys.
Help.
Damn, how are these still around, dude? It's pretty empty though. Oh, haha, perfect. I found it. Hey, can I rent out this cup of Sonic Frontiers?
Alright, sir. Also, we got a special promotion. Rent one, get one for free. It's probably the exact reason we're kinda going bankrupt at the moment. Anyways, so the only game we got left for this promotion is Sonic Superstars.
Yeah, no way, dude. If Sonic Superstars touches my Sonic Frontiers, I am gonna have to shoot you. And your family will be scarred for life. So, I got Sonic Superstars. Before we start talking about Sonic Superstars, don't forget to like and subscribe, you know? Maybe comment something. Alright, let's go! To understand why Sonic Superstar was such a disappointing mess, in the eyes of many fans, we gotta go back to the past. Ever since Sonic entered the 3D scene, back in the late 90s, Sega has tried time and time again to bring back the classic 2D platforming using 3D visuals, basically a 2.5D game. And for a long time, almost every single attempt felt completely wrong. Nightmare officially began with Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, which was initially a game for mobile devices that became overnight Sega's next big 2D Sonic game, being hyped as the true successor to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But when players got their hands on the finished product, they were left pretty disappointed and quickly turned into a massive disaster. While Sega and Dims learned from their mistakes and released Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, it was already far too late. If you want to learn more about Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and how underrated it is, I recommend checking out my video. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Even when Sega improved the visual in Sonic generations, classic Sonic still felt heavy and stiff and locked into rigid pathways that relied more on automated boost pads and spring than actual momentum. Now, I'm not implying that the 2D sections were horrible. I mean, they were great. I liked them. But I'm not saying they were perfect either, okay? Please don't kill me. Please don't crucify me in the comments. Then 2017 came around and sure was the year. And let's forget about Sonic Forces for a second, actually for now, and focus more on Sonic Mania that came out on the 15th of August. It was truly a breath of fresh air for 2D Sonic games, and it proved that 2D Sonic games worked best when it respected the original Genesis style. Could you even imagine how hard it would be to follow up another 2D Sonic game when a game perfect like Sonic Mania exists? That would be crazy to do, you know? So when Sega announced in 2023 that the next 2D Sonic game was going to be $60 goddamn, it left the community pretty mad. Okay, maybe making the game $60 wasn't a great idea, but how about release the game on the exact same week as the new Super Mario Bros. Game comes out? What could possibly happen? And on top of that, let's make a collab with Lego. Yeah, let's bring Lego Sonic to Sonic Superstar. That would actually be a great idea, you know? Let's do that. So after the $60 price tag and Sega sending the game to compete up with the new 2D Super Mario Bros. Game, mean that Sega was pretty confident in the game, right? Well, sorta? I mean, dropping a 2.5D game that costs $60, that's like, what, $40 more than Sonic Mania? And also dropping the game in the exact same week as the brand new 2D Mario game was basically sending the game to fucking die. Anyways, let's move on from this. If you forget about all the problems the game had on its launch day and just play the game, Sonic Superstars is pretty good. Pretty good actually. Yeah. Sega handed development over to studio artists led by Naoto Oshima, the literal co-creator and original character designer of Sonic himself. The physics in Sonic Superstars were solid. Everything about the game was done with passion. And hold on. Is that? No way. They brought back Fang the Hunter, yeah? Like, what even was his last appearance? Wow, Sonic the Fighters. Damn, that's from like 1996. Holy shit. Another thing Superstars actually deserves massive credit for is its level designs. Instead of just reusing old stages and giving us Green Hill numero 43. Yeah, I'm pretty good at Spanish. Artists gave us brand new zones. We've got stages like Cyber Station, which turns Sonic and his crew into rats. Pixels. They show Pixel. Also, they completely remade how the Chaos Emeralds work. In all Genesis titles, the emeralds were basically useless, until you collected all 7 of them, spawn like Super Sonic. But in Sonic Superstars, every single Chaos Emerald gave you a special power. Now, think about this. The special powers come from the North Star Island. I don't know how that works because you still can use the powers in space. So, yeah, I'm not very sure. You get powers like Avatar, which summons tons of clones to easily defeat bosses or to clear enemies off your screen. Or Water, which lets you swim up waterfalls, find secret routes. Actually gives you a reason to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Besides getting the true ending of the game, or getting Super Sonic. And how could I forget about the brand new characters in Sonic Superstars? Trip the Sungazer. Trip is a fantastic addition to the classic Sonic roster. She starts off as a clumsy armored sidekick working for Fang and Eggman. But her character art and unique gameplay mechanics, she can double jump and roll up walls and ceilings. Plus, when you unlock her super form, she literally turns into a dragon. Dragons are pretty cool, to be honest. So, if the physics are solid, the zones are original, the characters are great, then why do people hate this game? Well, slap me in the face and give me 20 bucks. It'd be the goddamn boss fight. So, if in the classic Genesis titles, if you were good at game, you could easily destroy any boss fight under a minute, right? But in Sonic Superstars, the bosses just drag on for so fucking long. God damn, it's testing out my patience. They make you wait so long just to get a single hit on a boss. And in the late game bosses, they can instant kill you. So if you spend 7 minutes dodging attacks and get like hit by a random laser, at the very end, you get sent back all the way to the start, which is really annoying. And why are they designed like this? Well, because Sega insisted on a 4-player local co-op to a high-speed Sonic game. To stop 4 players from mounting a boss in 2 seconds, they gave every boss a mandatory invincibility shield. They literally ruined the single-player boss spacing for a multiplayer mode that nobody gives a shit about. Don't even get me started on Trip's story, or the true final boss. Trip's hard mode campaign ramps up the hazard placement to pure cruelty levels. Makes you fucking take your eyes out. And the final boss requires nearly flawless execution, with 10 minutes of gameplay, where one tiny mistake can ruin your entire run. It turns a casual platform into a horrible experience. Combine that with a hit-or-miss soundtrack that tried too hard to sound like the Genesis titles, and you get a game that left a bad taste in people's mouths. The music situation is specifically weird because Sega brought back the legendary composer John Sino, but instead of giving us modern arrangements or Sonic Mania level of bangers, a lot of the tracks rely on harsh, screechy Genesis synths. Some stage tracks hit the mark, but others sound like a lawnmower choking on grass, making the soundtrack feel wildly inconsistent. To top it all off, Sega tried to justify that $60 price tag by throwing in an online battle mode and custom robot shop that nobody uses. You could customize your own Metal Fighter and go online to fight other players in minigames, but the battle mode was so clunky, laggy and basic that nobody was playing it after week 1. Heck, nobody was playing it to begin with. It felt like just cheap filler, just for the sake to be there. But there's still hope, right? If you just replay the game in time attack mode, or just focus on the core platforming, you'll like Sonic Superstars isn't a bad game. In fact, it's an underrated gem. Sure, it suffered from the ridiculous price tag, mid-soundtrack, and some agonized boss fights, but the game on Steam is $40. And you could pick it up on a sale for 20, even 30. You could be in for a really fun time. It showed that Sonic still had it in him. I really wonder if the leaks about a potential sequel to Sonic Superstars will improve on any of these things. I mean, I'm not even sure it's real. Because what do you mean Playground Games are making the next 2D Sonic game? The same guys that made Forza Horizon? Hard to believe. So I'll go on and return these copies to Blockbuster. Wait, shit, I didn't play Sonic Frontiers. Huh. Well, I guess I'll just return Sonic Superstars. Hey, I'm back to return my copy.
Alright sir, let me look on the computer and see if you got any other fees we gotta worry about. Damn dude, I got some bad news.
What? What is it? Come on, dude, just spill the beans.
You got $500 worth of unpaid late fees.
What now? No, I'm not paying $500. Actually, I'm going a reverse robbery over here. That's why I got this gun.
5 minutes later.
Damn, can't believe I'm now stuck in jail. Probably should have paid my late fines, you know? Is that a prison laptop? Well, that was all, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate that you actually stuck to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment about what you think about this video. Yeah, probably goes pretty shitty, but you know. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.